Americans buy in bulk, as we know. Just consensual adults doing what consensual adults do.
Yo, check this out. Diddy just got arrested, and it turns out one of his iconic lyrics might be way more literal than anyone thought. Imagine finding 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house, like enough to fill a whole aquarium. What's the deal with all that lube? And will this baby oil get him all the trouble? Now, before we get into it, imagine Diddy, the man behind some of the biggest hits in hip-hop, getting busted by the feds and the jaw-dropping stuff they found in his crib. We're talking about a stash of 1,000 bottles of lubricant. Yeah, you heard that right, 1,000. Now, think about this. Each bottle holds 12 fluid ounces, and when you add that all up, it's almost enough to fill a 100-gallon fish tank. Just picture that for a second. Seriously, why does a music giant need enough lube to set up a mini water park? It's a real head-scratcher. If you break it down, those 1,000 bottles equal about 93 gallons of lube. Alright, so here's where things get even crazier. When Diddy's house was searched and they found all these bottles of lubricant and baby oil, his lawyer came in with a defense that has everyone talking. Apparently, the explanation was that Americans buy in bulk, and there's a Costco just down the street. Yeah, that was the official response from Diddy's legal team. Now, sure, we all know Americans love to hit up Costco for those bulk deals, but even the most hardcore Costco fan doesn't need that much lube. It's not exactly the kind of thing people stockpile like paper towels or cereal. Just think about that for a second.
Jamie Foxx states in the special that
bottles.
Diddy was
It's like Diddy was
responsible
preparing for some
for what
extreme
happened to
party
him, and
that
he
will
is
last
the
for
one that
weeks,
called
not
the
just a
FBI
regular
on.
weekend
So
get-together.
Jamie Foxx
This
suffered
isn't
a
your typical
very
shopping list,
serious
and using
medical
the whole
emergency that
bulk buying
landed him in the
excuse isn't convincing
hospital.
anyone.
And we are going to describe just how serious this is.
I'm gonna tell you like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good.
Hold on. Did Diddy just get tangled in Jamie Foxx's hospital drama? Rumors are swirling, and recent leaks could push his situation to the brink. So what's really happening behind the scenes? Things are about to get crazy. In a recent interview, Choke No Joke made some explosive claims involving Diddy and Jamie Foxx. He suggested that during the filming of Jamie's latest special, Foxx implied Diddy might be linked to his hospitalization. Choke alleged that Jamie hinted Diddy was behind his health scare and even reached out to the FBI. The plot thickens as Choke described how Diddy allegedly pressured Jamie to do something he refused, leading to a nasty fallout. There are claims that Diddy's security team may have attacked Jamie and even administered a sedative that knocked him out.
Jamie Foxx states in the
Choke,
special
who attended
that
the filming,
Diddy
heard these
was
shocking
responsible
statements, but couldn't
for
tell if
what
Jamie
happened
was
to him, and
serious
he is the one that called the FBI on.
So
As
Jamie
faced
Foxx
mysterious health
suffered
issue
a
that kept him out of the
very
public eye for
serious
months.
medical emergency that
legal
landed
troubles
him
began
in the
to escalate.
hospital.
Coincidence? Seems unlikely. Some believe Jamie's hospitalization and Diddy's mounting problems are connected.
Jamie Foxx states in the special that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and he is the one that called the FBI on.
So Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital. And we are going to describe just how serious this is.
I'm gonna tell you like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good.
Hold on. Did Diddy just get tangled in Jamie Foxx's hospital drama? Rumors are swirling, and recent leaks could push his situation to the brink. So what's really happening behind the scenes? Things are about to get crazy. In a recent interview, Choke No Joke made some explosive claims involving Diddy and Jamie Foxx. He suggested
in the special that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him, and he is the one that called the FBI on.
So Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital. And we are going to describe just how serious this is.
I'm gonna tell you like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good.
Hold on. Did Diddy just get tangled in Jamie Foxx's hospital drama? Rumors are swirling, and recent leaks could push his situation to the brink. So what's really happening behind the scenes? Things are about to get crazy. In a recent interview, Choke No Joke made some explosive claims involving Diddy and Jamie Foxx. He suggested that during the filming of Jamie's latest special, Foxx implied Diddy might be linked to his hospitalization. Choke alleged that Jamie hinted Diddy was behind his health scare and even reached out to the FBI. The plot thickens as Choke described how Diddy allegedly pressured Jamie to do something he refused, leading to a nasty fallout. There are claims that Diddy's security team may have attacked Jamie and even administered a sedative that knocked him out. Choke, who attended the filming, heard these shocking statements but couldn't tell if Jamie was serious or joking. Meanwhile, as Jamie faced a mysterious health issue that kept him out of the public eye for months, Diddy's legal troubles began to escalate. Coincidence? Seems unlikely. Some believe Jamie's hospitalization and Diddy's mounting problems are connected. After recovering, Jamie reportedly sought revenge by alerting authorities about Diddy. When Jamie resurfaced in 2023, fully recovered from a serious health scare, Diddy's legal issues seemed to spiral even more. Foxx shared in a viral video that a severe headache incapacitated him for 20 days, leaving him with gaps in his memory. He teased that he had more to unveil, but held back on specifics, hinting at even bigger revelations. As Diddy's legal battles unfold, the speculation continues. Was Diddy truly involved in Jamie's disappearance? And if so, how deep does this go? To truly understand the situation, we need to take a look back at Diddy's career. For over 30 years, he's been a prominent figure in the music industry, starting as an intern in his 20s before founding Bad Boy Records. In addition to his music, he's known for hosting extravagant parties, particularly his famous white parties, where guests don all-white attire. However, there have been rumors about secret all-male gatherings, sparking curiosity about his private life. Recently, around the time Jamie Foxx was hospitalized, a TikTok video resurfaced that reignited interest in these rumored parties. The clip featured several celebrities, including Foxx, 50 Cent, and Usher. In the video, Foxx discussed Diddy and the discreet events he allegedly hosts. 50 Cent chimed in with jokes about Diddy's former nickname, Puff Daddy, and hinted at the peculiar atmosphere of these gatherings. Usher, who lived with Diddy as a teenager, recounted stories from the wild celebrations at the Flavor Camp, noting that while he witnessed a lot, he wasn't sure if he fully participated in everything. This video fueled speculation about Diddy's potential involvement in Jamie Foxx's health issues, even without solid evidence. Simultaneously, Choke No Joke made alarming allegations about Diddy's possible connection to the murders of two iconic rappers, Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. He claimed to have heard information that raised his suspicions, despite lacking concrete proof. Choke even alleged that Diddy wrote a $1 million check to finance Tupac's murder, supposedly given to someone named Eric Von Zip at Blackground Records. He further suggested that Diddy played a role in orchestrating events surrounding B.I.G.'s death, implying that disputes over songwriting credits may have had tragic consequences. While these claims remain unproven, they certainly add to the controversies surrounding Diddy's reputation. Fast forward to late 2023, and Diddy's situation took a dramatic turn for the worse. On November 16th, singer and actress Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit against him, alleging sexual assault and abusive behavior throughout their relationship. She claimed Diddy subjected her to years of abuse and forcibly assaulted her in 2018. Following the lawsuit, Diddy reportedly settled with Cassie for around $30 million. While his team insisted that the settlement didn't imply guilt, the damage to his reputation was already substantial. The turmoil didn't stop there. The very next day, another woman filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming he and singer Aaron Hall assaulted her and a friend in the early 90s. On the same day, Joy Dickerson-Neal accused Diddy of drugging her in college to facilitate an assault. As these lawsuits gained attention, more women began to speak out. By December 6th, another unnamed woman alleged that Diddy and another man had assaulted her. In February 2024, former producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones also came forward, claiming Diddy pressured him into sexual situations during wild parties. As the year progressed, additional accusations surfaced. On May 22, 2024, former model Crystal McKinney filed a lawsuit stating Diddy forced himself on her after giving her a substance that caused her to pass out in 2003. Just 2 days later, April Lampros claimed Diddy assaulted her multiple times between 1995 and 2001. By late May, federal investigators began taking these allegations seriously, with reports indicating they might call all accusers to testify before a grand jury. After a brief lull, everything changed on September 16, 2024, when Diddy was arrested at a Manhattan hotel following a grand jury indictment. The next day, he faced serious charges in federal court, including one linked to a Molotov cocktail incident, which coincided with Cassie's claims about Diddy being involved in a car incident with rapper Kid Cudi. The drama continued on September 24th, when Thea Graves filed a lawsuit alleging Diddy and his bodyguard drugged her in 2001. On September 27th, a Jane Doe filed her lawsuit, stating Diddy repeatedly assaulted her and pressured her into terminating a pregnancy. By the end of September, Diddy's legal team was seeking to overturn a court decision, but faced setbacks. In early October, attorney Tony Busby announced he was representing 120 individuals planning to sue Diddy across multiple states. Diddy's mother, Janice, expressed her heartbreak over the allegations, suggesting the accusers were simply seeking financial gain. She likened her son's situation to wrongful convictions, but acknowledged Diddy's mistakes, especially in denying Cassie's claims. As October progressed, Diddy's lawyers requested he be allowed to await trial outside of jail, arguing that media attention was unfairly impacting the case. They later sought a trial date in April or May 2025. However, when the bail request went before a panel of judges, they ruled that Diddy would remain in detention until a decision was reached. Reports indicated that Diddy was struggling in jail, with the emotional toll impacting his 7 children. The serious nature of the allegations he faces could lead to a lengthy prison sentence, potentially even life. In summary, the connection between Diddy and Jamie Foxx's health crisis, along with Diddy's mounting legal troubles, has left many speculating about the truth behind it all. Fans are left wondering just how deep this story really goes, and the entertainment world is undoubtedly watching closely to see how these explosive allegations will unfold. Now, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and like it for more updates. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll be back with more soon.
And you know, it ain't no beef, but you know, Kim is gonna be an MC. And you know, MCs, when they coming back out, a lot of times they like to talk crazy and do what they do.
It's irritating to see her keep busting shots at me and not paying homage, and then you're gonna at me. That's really irritating, yeah.
But so there were 3 people involved in his murder. I'm calling it a murder. I almost said death, but it's a murder. He got shot like 3 or 4 times. What killed him actually hit him straight in the gut, and that was lover's revenge.
Lil Kim just dropped some explosive news that has everyone buzzing. It appears that Diddy might have been connected to the abuse she suffered at the hands of Biggie, and the details are more shocking than anyone imagined. After years of silence, Kim is finally breaking her silence. She has revealed the toxic control Diddy exerted over her career and personal life, shedding light on everything from emotional neglect to professional sabotage. Kim is exposing a side of Diddy that has long remained hidden. What's even more disturbing is her claim that Diddy didn't just passively witness Biggie's abuse, but actively enabled it. This revelation raises questions about the extent of this betrayal and what other secrets have been kept for so long. To grasp the full scope of Kim's story, we need to explore her background. Growing up in a challenging environment, she faced hardships that eventually led her to the streets as a young girl. When she met Biggie as a teenager, their relationship started off professionally, but quickly became deeply complicated. Biggie played a pivotal role in her rise to fame, signing her to Junior Mafia and shaping her image. However, their relationship was marred by manipulation and abuse, which Kim endured in silence for far too long. Diddy, who was both Biggie's mentor and close friend, allegedly turned a blind eye to the situation instead of intervening, helping to cultivate the very environment that allowed the abuse to persist. Now, Lil Kim is bravely speaking out about how Diddy's influence was damaging, not just in her professional life, but in her personal life as well. Let's take a closer look at where it all began. Biggie recognized raw talent when he saw it, and when he heard Lil Kim rap, he had to see it for himself. One day, as Kim was heading home from work, Biggie asked her to drop a freestyle. Her unfiltered talent left him in awe. He had never met a female rapper with such skill. From that moment on, Biggie was convinced that Kim had the potential to become a superstar, and their bond grew beyond just music. Kim later described Biggie as more than a friend. He was her lover and everything. She stood by him through every challenge, and his belief in her talent bolstered her confidence, encouraging her to pursue her dreams in the competitive world of rap. However, their relationship extended well beyond the professional realm. Behind the scenes, Biggie and Kim shared an intense romantic involvement, and Kim envisioned them as a powerful duo, reminiscent of Sonny and Cher. But things quickly grew complicated when, in 1994, Biggie married Faith Evans. This marriage created a tumultuous love triangle that left Kim heartbroken and added layers of complexity to their situation. Biggie and Faith's whirlwind romance escalated rapidly, culminating in their marriage just weeks after they met at a Bad Boy Records photo shoot. While their public display of passion seemed vibrant, Biggie was still involved with other women, including Lil Kim, and their secret affair endured for 4 years, even after his marriage. Kim was not merely a side figure in Biggie's life. She was deeply entwined with him, attending his wedding to Faith while still romantically involved. For a long time, Faith remained unaware of this affair, even as tensions grew between the two women while working at Bad Boy Records. Initially, Faith believed Biggie and Kim's relationship was strictly professional, but the truth would soon surface. One fateful night changed everything. Faith walked in on Biggie with another woman, and in a fit of fury, she pulled the woman out of bed, igniting a confrontation. It wasn't until the woman's wig came off that Faith realized it was Lil Kim. After a heated argument, Kim left the room, and Biggie was left to confront the fallout. This shocking moment shattered the notion that Kim was just a protege, exposing the depth of their connection. Yet, despite the revelation, Biggie and Kim continued their affair. In 1996, Kim discovered she was pregnant with Biggie's child. Ultimately, she decided to have an abortion, realizing that starting a family with a married man wasn't the path she wanted. It was a difficult decision, but one she felt was necessary. Tragically, just a year later, in 1997, Biggie was murdered in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, leaving Kim devastated. Their relationship, despite its tumultuous nature, held significant meaning for her, and his death left an indelible mark on her life. As time passed, more details about their relationship emerged. While Biggie could be caring and protective, there were darker moments as well. In 2017, Jermaine Dupri recounted an incident where Biggie pulled a on Kim during a fight. Kim later confirmed this account, noting that while some aspects were exaggerated, their relationship indeed had its share of violence. She also described Biggie as generous and protective, yet troubled by the need to maintain a tough facade. Amidst the speculation surrounding Biggie's death, rumors suggested that his mentor, Diddy, might have had a hand in it. Bodyguards have come forward with claims hinting at Diddy's involvement, although nothing has been definitively proven. Lil Kim believes Diddy may know more about Biggie's death than he has let on, and their relationship soured significantly after the tragedy. In 2022, Kimora Lee Simmons recounted a troubling memory, alleging that Puff Daddy threatened to hit her while she was pregnant. This incident was just one of many accusations that have emerged against him over the years. Former Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day also spoke out that same year, claiming Diddy forced her out of the group in 2008 after she refused to comply with his demands. Singer Jaguar Wright has been outspoken for years, accusing Diddy of misconduct, and Lil Kim has her own story to tell. She recalled an incident in which Diddy confronted a dancer who rejected his advances, highlighting a pattern of behavior that Kim claimed was all too familiar. She described Diddy's sense of entitlement toward women, noting that his crew often turned a blind eye in exchange for security and financial benefits. One of Lil Kim's major grievances was Diddy's relationship with Nicki Minaj, a longtime rival. Their feud ignited in 2007 when Minaj released her debut mixtape, Playtime Is Over, featuring promotional images that echoed Lil Kim's iconic 1996 album, Hardcore. As Minaj's career soared, Kim felt increasingly overshadowed, particularly by Diddy's involvement with Minaj. During a performance in Baltimore, she publicly accused him of abandoning her for Minaj, shattering the trust they once shared. Kim's frustration extended to her portrayal in the 2009 film, Notorious, which she believed minimized her role in Biggie Smalls' life and legacy. Feeling sidelined, she claimed she had no input on her representation and accused Diddy of allowing the misrepresentation to occur without intervening. Kim felt that Diddy not only hindered her career, but also betrayed her personally, especially when he allegedly blocked a collaboration opportunity with Michael Jackson while managing her at the time. Despite the pain and disappointment, Lil Kim channeled her frustrations into her music, demanding the respect she believed she deserved. Through public accusations and confrontations, she made it clear that she wouldn't back down. While Diddy has largely remained silent on these allegations, they have certainly impacted his reputation. Whether he will address them in the future remains uncertain. That's the story so far, but we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the ongoing allegations against Diddy? Do you think these accusations will ever be fully addressed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, please hit that like button, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, mommy?
I'm good, I'm good.
What did you win?
I don't know. We don't know.
You don't know
Probably
yet?
not, since we haven't heard anything.
Just dancing and the hip hop that was there, and I wanted people to get, not have to get dressed up and just come over the house and stay up to the sunrise. Take full responsibility for my actions in that video. Disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now.
They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their
Shine's revelations add another layer of suspicion. He claims that Diddy not only abandoned him, but actively worked against him during the trial. He even alleged Diddy contacted witnesses to testify against him, including Jennifer Lopez. This has led to speculation about whether J.Lo told the whole truth during the trial, or if she was swayed by her feelings for Diddy. In 2024, music producer Rodney Jones filed a bombshell lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of running a coercion operation rather than just hosting parties. Jones claimed that he was brought on to produce music, but found himself in an environment filled with exploitation, including being forced to hire workers and facing physical assaults from Diddy and other celebrities. This paints a grim picture of Diddy as someone who thrived in a predatory atmosphere. But that's not all. The lawsuit also claims that J.Lo wasn't just a bystander in the nightclub shooting, but that she actively participated by allegedly handing Diddy a during the chaos. These accusations have stirred up fresh doubts about her loyalty to Diddy, raising eyebrows about her activities long after their highly publicized breakup in 2001. Rodney's lawsuit goes deeper, alleging that Diddy used hidden cameras at his parties to capture compromising footage of various Hollywood elites. This tactic is eerily similar to methods associated with Jeffrey Epstein, ramping up the serious implications of Diddy's behavior. Reports suggest that these notorious parties, known as freak-offs, pushed the boundaries of legality. Attendees allegedly included celebrities and sex workers, and there were claims that Diddy forced them into drug-fueled activities that went on for days. One of Diddy's artists, Moz, even distanced himself from him and left his music publishing rights behind, choosing a path toward religion instead. One of the most shocking testimonies came from Cassie Ventura, who was Diddy's long-term girlfriend. She claimed that Diddy controlled every aspect of her life and subjected her to physical and emotional abuse. Her revelations sparked conversations across Hollywood about Diddy's behavior and the toxic environment surrounding him. After filing her lawsuit in late 2023, Cassie and Diddy reached a quick settlement, but it opened the floodgates for other victims to come forward with similar stories. As Diddy's legal troubles escalated, Homeland Security took action, focusing on his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. In a dramatic raid involving a SWAT team, agents found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, lubricants, and items connected to his notorious parties, alongside drugs and weapons. Even with all of this chaos, Diddy continued to live his lavish lifestyle, seemingly unfazed. By May 2024, a disturbing video surfaced showing Diddy chasing Cassie down a hotel hallway in a towel, trying to pull her back to their room. He reportedly attempted to pay the hotel $50,000 to suppress the footage, which only added to his growing reputation as a violent predator. When the video leaked, Diddy shifted from denial to apology, acknowledging that his behavior was inexcusable. He even deleted his Instagram account, likely trying to distance himself from the mounting scandal. However, things took a turn for the worse when, in September 2024, federal agents arrested him in New York on multiple serious charges, including trafficking and blackmail. Diddy faced a RICO charge, typically associated with organized crime, suggesting that others involved in his activities could also find themselves in trouble. As Diddy's legal issues unfolded, the spotlight turned toward Jennifer Lopez, raising questions about her involvement in the wild gatherings. The history between J.Lo and Diddy attracted scrutiny, particularly regarding what she might know about his illegal activities. Rumors swirled that Ben Affleck discovered tapes from Diddy's parties, possibly contributing to their split, suggesting J.Lo may have had inside knowledge of Diddy's troubling behavior. In the hip-hop community, Ice Cube's comments about Diddy during a concert added fuel to the fire. He made it clear he had never attended any of Diddy's parties, distancing himself from Diddy's controversial lifestyle. His remarks resonated with fans, reflecting a growing backlash against Diddy. Ice Cube even advised J.Lo to steer clear of Diddy, warning anyone connected to him to seek legal advice as the situation was likely to get worse. With Diddy's empire crumbling around him, the stakes are incredibly high. If found guilty on all charges, he faces a minimum of 15 years in prison with the possibility of a life sentence looming. The once untouchable figure is now facing the harsh reality of his past actions catching up to him. In the ever-evolving Hollywood, questions continue to arise about Jennifer Lopez's past connection to Diddy. As her history with him draws increasing attention, the consequences for her reputation and career remain uncertain. The narrative surrounding Diddy's wild parties and legal troubles has morphed into a tangled web of drama, accusations, and potential fallout for those once close to him. As everything unfolds, everyone's buzzing about what's next for J.Lo and what surprises might pop up along the way. With Diddy facing some major heat and J.Lo swept up in all this chaos, it feels like we're just getting started. Stay tuned because this story is bound to keep us all on our toes. Who knows what will come next? Now, what do you think? Do drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video for more such videos. Now, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll be back with another one pretty soon.
Try and like kiss you and stuff. I saw you guys on Ellen and you were like
that
alive
happens all the time.
So even on set he wasn't even trying to
No,
like
not on the set he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after the set he'll try to kiss me or...
And act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Because they knew with Diddy being a Fed informant that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit. So they ain't tell nobody whose houses they was going to.
Jaden Smith witnessed some wild stuff at Diddy's house, man. And we are tripped out. Secret tunnels, bizarre parties, and oil baths. What else, man? You can't ignore this. It's too wild. First off, Jaden claims there are hidden tunnels and secret rooms in Diddy's mansion, describing them like a maze for sneaking in and private hangouts. People are intrigued about what happens in those places, with rumors suggesting one tunnel even connects to Hugh Hefner's mansion. Some shocking talk implies that Diddy might have used these tunnels to bring in young boys and girls, allegedly using his sons to lure them in. There's also a lot of buzz about the strange freak parties at Diddy's place. The guest list had big names and influential figures, but the vibe was super weird, almost cult-like. Jaden felt like everyone was acting oddly and secretively, leaving him to wonder what was really going on. He even mentioned feeling watched during his visits, which was super creepy. An unsettling atmosphere seemed to linger everywhere. Now, let's talk about security. Jaden pointed out that Diddy's mansion had tons of cameras, guards, and strict rules for guests. This level of protection made him think it was more about hiding things than securing the property. His claims have changed how people view Diddy, leading fans to question what might be hidden beneath the surface of this celebrity lifestyle. To add more drama, Jaguar Wright jumped in with her own allegations, claiming that Will and Jada Smith sent Jaden to Diddy. She alleges they've been circulating Jaden in the industry, which sounds really shady. Plus, she hinted at some inappropriate behavior involving Will, which isn't exactly new news, given the rumors surrounding the Smith family. A few years back, Wright stirred the pot with an eye-opening interview, accusing Will and Jada of exploiting young men in the entertainment industry while posing as mentors. She mentioned names like Meek Mill, Burr Gray, and August Alsina, claiming that Will and Diddy really derailed the careers of these young artists, much like what happened to Justin Bieber and Usher. You get me? Burr Gray, both an actor and rapper, suddenly vanished from the spotlight and hinted that Diddy and Will might be behind it. Now, he's suing them, claiming they messed with his career. After this, Burr started behaving in ways that reminded people of Justin Bieber's past struggles. Then there's Jada's complicated relationship with August Alsina, who was close to their son Jaden. Jada referred to her affair as a situationship, trying to downplay it. However, August was candid about his feelings for Jada, claiming he poured his heart and soul into their relationship. Honestly, it's a mess, even for Hollywood. Rumors suggest that Jada and August's affair might have been a cover for something darker in their lives. Some speculate that August and Justin shared a bond that went deeper than friendship, connecting over their experiences as victims of powerful men like Diddy in the industry. An affair is one thing, but it's nothing compared to the implications if it turned out that Will and Jada were allegedly offering their son to their wealthy and famous friends. Speaking of Jaden, there are whispers about him being on the down low. Remember back in 2018 when he casually mentioned Tyler, the Creator, as his boyfriend during a performance at Camp Flog Gnaw? It initially seemed like a joke, but fans began to wonder if there was more to it. Jaden later confirmed it on Apple Music's Beats One, which only fueled the speculation. In 2020, things heated up when Jaden tweeted about his boyfriend winning a Grammy, coinciding with Tyler's win for Best Rap Album. His tweet simply said, "Yep," in response to Tyler's victory, while Tyler's reply, "You a crazy dude, man," felt like friendly teasing. But given Jaden's other public antics, fans started questioning what was really happening between them. Recently, a viral video showed Jaden and Justin Bieber sharing a kiss. Their friendship dates back to 2010 when they teamed up for Never Say Never for Jaden's movie, The Karate Kid. Over the years, their bond seems to have deepened. At this year's Coachella, a fan captured a moment where Jaden snuck up on Justin and started grinding against him. When Justin realized it was Jaden, he got super excited and quickly kissed Jaden's neck, sending fans into a frenzy. One fan noted how insane their interaction was, highlighting just how close they appeared. This sparked more speculation about what might be happening between them, especially given their long history. The way they interacted raised questions about what goes on behind the scenes in their friendship. With all the drama and rumors swirling, it's hard not to ponder where the line is between public fun and private feelings. Justin Bieber has been in the headlines lately, but not for great reasons. Fans have spotted some concerning videos of him in strange situations. One notable video shows Justin hanging out with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr., leading to speculation that he might be involved with. However, Jaguar Wright, known for her bold claims, has an even wilder theory about what's really happening. Jaguar suggests that people close to Justin, including family members, were aware of troubling issues behind the scenes. She made a shocking claim about Will Smith, alleging he's been involved in some shady activities with young boys. According to Jaguar, a source named Bo revealed that Jada knew about Will's actions, but never spoke out. This revelation raises serious questions about Will's relationships with young stars and how his behavior might have impacted them. Things intensified when Jaguar linked Will to Diddy, both of whom have connections to Trey Songz and Odell. There are rumors that Justin's video might have been staged, with Diddy allegedly encouraging him to act a certain way at one of his infamous parties. If you've heard about Diddy's parties, you know they're notorious for all sorts of strange happenings. It's hard not to raise an eyebrow at the idea that Diddy seems to attract younger guys to these events. One particularly unsettling rumor suggests that Diddy took Justin under his wing at a young age, inviting him for unsupervised visits that many would consider inappropriate. Usher has shared his own troubling experiences with Diddy, explaining how he was exposed to a wild lifestyle at a young age. This leads to the big question: why would parents allow their kids to hang out with someone like Diddy, given his reputation? Adding to the mix, whispers suggest that Jaden Smith, Will and Jada's son, faced similar influences as he navigated the entertainment world. It's rumored that Jaden's parents played a role in introducing him to the same lifestyle pitfalls that affected Usher and Justin. Jada has been open about her personal life, including her views on unconventional relationships, raising further questions about how they manage their exposure to adult themes. One intriguing detail from Jada is her mention of a love nest that she and Will created to keep their relationship alive while away from the kids. It sounds nice, but it raises questions about how accessible such spaces are to their children. Even Will's public displays of affection toward Jaden have sparked discussions about what's appropriate in parenting, especially under the spotlight. Then there's Jada, who's been open about her use of alternative medicines and drugs. Last year, Jaden spoke at a conference about how Jada introduced him and his siblings to these substances. While some argue that can be beneficial, Jaden's comments raised concerns, especially in light of Willow's past struggles with addiction. Her experiences highlight the challenges of growing up in such a high-pressure environment. Additionally, there are troubling claims about Diddy. A lawsuit from Lil Rod alleges that Diddy has a history of putting young girls in uncomfortable situations and has been accused of spiking drinks at his house to exploit them. Lil Rod claimed Diddy attempted to manipulate him and touched him without consent. When he reported this to Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Coram, she dismissed his concerns, saying, "You know how Sean is." Another source, Jean, suggested that Diddy often played games that weren't as innocent as they seemed. As the public processes these revelations, it becomes clear that there's a darker reality behind Hollywood's glamour. Now, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
What really went down in Liam Payne's hotel room? The FBI just made a discovery that's sending shockwaves through the music world. Fans are left wondering what happened and why. With new disturbing details emerging by the minute, this one's way bigger than anyone expected. On October 16th, 2024, the world got hit with some news no one saw coming. Liam Payne, the One Direction star we all grew up with, had passed away in Buenos Aires. He'd been staying at the chic Casa Sur Hotel in the Palmero district, just doing his thing when things took a dark turn out of nowhere. Around 1 p.m., Liam fell from his third-floor balcony and, sadly, it was fatal. Fans everywhere were left in shock, wondering how something like this could happen to someone who brought so much light to his fans. Just before his fall, the hotel staff had called 911, worried about an agitated guest. They said he seemed aggressive and like he had had too much to drink. That guest turned out to be Liam. His behavior had the hotel staff on edge, and within minutes of their call, the unthinkable occurred. The entire hotel was left in shock. An autopsy later confirmed what everyone feared. Liam had suffered polytrauma, which means multiple serious injuries all over his body. It wasn't just a few bruises. He had about 25 injuries, including severe damage to his head and massive internal and external bleeding. His skull, chest, and abdomen showed signs of heavy impact. And here's where things got even more mysterious. He had no defensive injuries on his hands, which usually happens when someone tries to break or fall. It was as if he didn't even know he was falling. When investigators stepped into Liam's room, they found absolute chaos. Broken items littered on the floor, that smashed TV left shards of glass around, and the whole place had an intense, destructive vibe. It was like someone had just exploded in anger or distress. They also found what looked like drugs, white powder on tables, scorched foil, and a half-empty bottle of whiskey, leading to theories that Liam might have been under the influence. The bathroom was a mess too. More foil pieces, a broken soap bar, and an overall scene of chaos suggested Liam's last hours were far from calm. It was clear he'd been going through something deep, something serious. Hotel staff had already been worried enough to call for help right before things escalated. A prescription drug called clonazepam, typically used for anxiety, was also found in his room. This detail hinted at a tough mental state. With whiskey, suspected narcotics, and anti-anxiety medication all mixed, it seemed like he might have been self-medicating, possibly to manage some inner struggles. But mixing these substances can be dangerous, and in this case, it may have clouded his judgment, leading him down a risky path. Liam's passing is still under investigations, and authorities have classified his death as doubtful or undetermined. They are interviewing people close to him, including 2 women reportedly with him earlier that day, trying to figure out if anyone or anything else played a role in what happened. While the cause remains uncertain, they're digging into every clue, hoping to uncover the truth behind this heartbreaking incident. In recent months, Liam had also faced public criticism, which only added pressure. Before traveling to Argentina, he'd attended his former bandmate Niall Horan's concert in Buenos Aires. He even posted a Snapchat joking that he'd square up with Niall, a comment some fans didn't appreciate. His motives were questioned, and online scrutiny quickly followed. Social media only amplified things. Clips from an old interview with Logan Paul resurfaced, stirring up even more negativity. Fans started scrutinizing him even more, especially after a TikTok surfaced from his current girlfriend Cassidy. In it, Liam joked that she looked nice and covered up for once, which some fans saw as controlling. This only fueled the public's already critical view of him. Altogether, it was a tough time for Liam, both personally and publicly. While we might never know every detail of those last hours, the story of Liam's final days is one of sadness and deep struggles. Now, where exactly did things really get intense for him? You see, it all started on October 14th when Liam Payne's ex-fiancée, Maya Henry, went on a podcast called The Internet Is Dead and shed some big-time allegations. Maya, who had been engaged to Liam from 2020 to 2022, opened up about what she described as a toxic relationship. Her claims were intense, especially one where she alleged Liam used self-harm threats to keep control of situations. This, according to Maya, deeply disturbed both her and her family. She said they'd even tried to get him to check into rehab, but he wasn't interested. And even after they'd split, she claimed Liam kept contacting her through her iCloud account, which led her to send him a cease and desist letter to try and end things for good. And that wasn't all. Maya hinted that her debut novel, Looking Forward, which came out in May, was inspired by her own life, with fans starting to connect dots between the character, Mallory, and Maya herself. The book dives into some dark stuff, like a scene where Mallory's partner pressures her into a traumatic at-home abortion and then makes her stay quiet about it to avoid a scandal. Maya even mentioned Liam's family had warned her against publishing it. With all this out in the open now, fans were left with a lot of questions about what might have gone on behind the scenes in her relationship with Liam. While the internet buzzed over these claims, Liam's social media had a different picture. He appeared happy, relaxed, and totally at ease, which only deepened the mystery. Then on October 16th, news hit that Liam had tragically fallen from his hotel balcony. Fans were in disbelief. The Casa Sur Hotel, where he had been staying, soon turned into a makeshift memorial. People left flowers, candles, and notes to honor him, and fans gathered to sing his songs in a heartfelt tribute. For many, this loss hit hard. Some fans had followed Liam's journey since his One Direction days, and losing him was like losing a piece of their past. One fan who'd loved One Direction since she was a kid was devastated at the idea there'd be no reunion. Another fan who had never seen him live went to the memorial as a way of finally showing his support, even if it was bittersweet. But the internet, being the internet, didn't stop there. Theories started popping up everywhere. Some fans started connecting his passing to a story Liam had told on the Graham Norton show back in 2017 about meeting Diddy at a party. He shared an awkward experience where Diddy had given him a super long handshake and a creepy laugh, leaving Liam uncomfortable. And during this story, actress Salma Hayek, who was on the show with him, had visibly cringed, which people took as a sign that maybe she knew more about Diddy's reputation. With Diddy's name constantly linked to controversies, this old clip seemed to carry more weight, and fans started wondering if that strange encounter had left any lasting impact on Liam. The conspiracy theories continued to boil, especially after Joe Rogan chimed in with his own comments about Hollywood elites and illegal activities. Fans, already grieving and trying to make sense of it all, started connecting Rogan's words with Liam's story, turning an awkward encounter into something much bigger. While rumors and theories kept spreading, most fans just wanted to remember Liam for the music and joy he brought into their lives. The stark difference between his happy social media posts and the tragedy of his death was hard to reconcile, leaving a lingering sadness for fans everywhere. They continued to mourn him and celebrate the way his music had lifted them up. This wasn't just another celebrity headline, it was indeed a real loss. Meanwhile, Maya's place in the story wasn't exactly easy either. Although some people sent her supportive messages, others weren't as kind, leaving her Instagram flooded with judgmental comments. Meanwhile, the drama around Diddy just keeps getting crazier, especially after Joe Rogan's latest podcast episode. Rogan really dived into the mess surrounding Diddy and hinted that he might spill some juicy secrets about big-name celebrities. It's starting to feel a bit like the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation where dark stuff could come to light. On the podcast, Rogan and his guests took a good laugh at Diddy's legal troubles. They compared it to the notorious Epstein case, scratching their heads over how some big names who've popped up in records and flight logs seem to just skate away from any trouble. Rogan speculated that instead of Diddy taking the fall all by himself, he might actually start naming names of people who had attended his wild parties. Can you imagine that? Unlike Epstein, who kept everything on lockdown, Diddy could be ready to spill the beans, shining a light on some shady corners of Hollywood. This has put up tons of rumors, making Hollywood elites sweat bullets, wondering if their secrets are about to blow up. This isn't the first time Rogan has mentioned Diddy's connections to Hollywood. A few months back, comedian Andrew Schultz joined Rogan and they tossed around ideas about the recent FBI raid on Diddy's house. They speculated that this raid might have been a last-ditch effort by the elite to keep messy secrets under wraps. It seems like some of those big names are scrambling to cover their tracks to dodge their own drama. Rogan even dropped hints about Prince Harry being linked to Diddy, showing just how far Diddy's influence stretches. With whispers of a much bigger story brewing, it's clear that this scandal is just getting started. Now let's chat about Clive Davis, the legendary music producer who helped launch Diddy's career. His recent silence has shocked fans. For those who might not know, Davis is a big deal in the music world, helping tons of stars rise to fame. He was a key player in Diddy's success back in the 90s, so when Davis distanced himself from Diddy and claimed he didn't know him, it felt like a real slap in the face to many. After years of working together, that kind of denial really stings. But not everyone's buying it. Singer Jaguar Wright has questioned whether Davis might have let Diddy down some tricky paths. Even Suge Knight, a controversial figure in the music scene, has jumped in, saying Davis and other industry insiders could have had a bad influence on Diddy. Not all of Diddy's pals are turning their backs though. Longtime friend Jermaine Dupri has come to Diddy's defense. Known for his legendary So-So Def label, Dupri has been tight with Diddy for ages. When Diddy's house got raided, Dupri came out swinging, saying the whole situation was blown out of proportion. He argued that Diddy's fame makes him an easy target, which might not be fair. Fans found it odd that Dupri, usually a chill guy, suddenly decided to publicly support Diddy. Social media lit up with speculation, wondering if Dupri knows more than he's letting on. Meanwhile, Bow Wow, another artist connected to Dupri, reminisced about missing Diddy's legendary parties, only to get teased online for recalling events that may not have always been above board. And then there's Dr. Dre, another major player in this whole thing. These two have been tight for decades, often seen together at big industry events, but their friendship hit a bump back in 2014. During Apple's buyout of Dre's Beats brand, Diddy reportedly tipped off Jimmy Iovine about a leak that cost Dre a staggering $200 million. Even after that drama, the two managed to patch things up. Now Dre is facing his own legal mess. His former therapist is suing him for alleged threats and unethical behavior. With all of these big names caught up in various dramas, it's hard to tell who's really in trouble and who's just getting dragged into the chaos. And now, Russell Simmons is in the hot seat for his connection to Sean Diddy Combs, which many people feel might have influenced Diddy in a negative way. Let's just also go through this. Now, Russell Simmons is a major player in both music and the fashion worlds. He co-founded Def Jam Recordings, which launched a bunch of hip-hop legends. He's also behind cool fashion brands like Fat Farm and Argyle Culture. Diddy looks up to Simmons and sees him as a mentor. They've been seen together at exclusive parties, like that memorable bash in July 2000 with Jennifer Lopez. When the FBI raided Diddy's house in May 2024, Simmons quickly came to his defense. He went live on Instagram saying it's not cool to celebrate someone's downfall. Simmons highlighted how Diddy has helped many people succeed and argued that tearing someone down when they are down is just wrong. But Simmons also has his own legal troubles. Since 2017, several women have accused him of inappropriate behavior, which has really hurt his reputation. By 2024, he was living it up in Bali, likely trying to avoid legal trouble back in the US. He even got a court summons there for defamation from Drew Dixon, one of the women who accused him. With both Diddy and Simmons facing serious allegations, many in the hip-hop community are suggesting whether Simmons has been a good influence on Diddy. Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal hinted that being around Simmons might have affected Diddy's choices. Then there's Anna Wintour, a fashion powerhouse who has boosted Diddy's image. She's featured him in Vogue, giving him a big lift in the fashion scene. Although there's no sign she's involved in any of Diddy's issues, critics want her to explain her connection to him as the allegations pile up. She's reportedly frustrated about being dragged into the drama and is trying to distance herself from Diddy. And let's not forget Diddy's best friend, Jay-Z. They've been pretty close since the early 90s, rising together in the rap scene. Despite their strong friendship, Jay-Z has kept quiet about Diddy's recent troubles, which raises eyebrows given their long history. As Diddy's trial approaches, his defense team is fighting hard against the charges. They claim the government has leaked damaging info and are gearing up to challenge the evidence against him. If found guilty, Diddy could face serious consequences, including a long prison sentence. What do you guys think about Russell and Diddy's situation? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more such content. We'll be back soon with another one. See ya then.
Okay, one more time.
Demi Moore's name just got dragged into a scandal that could shake Hollywood's biggest stars. Yes, a lawyer just leaked a shocking footage from one of Diddy's infamous parties, and trust me, the details are beyond disturbing. Secret gatherings, underage guests, what's really going on? Now, lawyer Tony Busby has been connecting the dots between Diddy's notorious parties and some big Hollywood stars, with Demi at the center of it all. He claims there's some shocking footage that could tie her and other A-listers to Diddy's underground gatherings. And trust me, it's not just some average celebrity party scene. We're talking about something filled with secret cameras, questionable activities, and even underage guests.
Reported this conduct to either the authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals. Found in their system, weird you probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a xylazine or trank, which based on our research is known as a horse tranquilizer.
Tony, were all of the auditioning because they were musicians?
All seeking either TV or some sort of music career with promises of, you know, we're gonna make you a star. Instead, basically did things to them such that they don't want to have anything to do with the entertainment industry ever again. This individual, who was 9 years old at the time, was taken to an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. This individual was abused, allegedly, by Sean Combs.
Anyone who tried to flee was allegedly found by Diddy. Employees who questioned his authority faced threats of physical violence. This whole situation created a scary environment where silence grew intimidation and fear. In late 2023, after serious allegations about Diddy to light, especially from his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, his reputation. As negative stories, it said the team pressured the allegeds to stay quiet. They were reported and told not to share their experiences with the police or to create stories about what happened. Diddy's time is running out. He's currently incarcerated, and the government has started a thorough investigation to reveal the dark truths behind his actions and what his victims went through. What do you think? Do drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll be back with another one pretty soon. He's currently incarcerated. investigation into his life. Subscribe button.
Now, where are we supposed to go to sit?
You can sit right over there.
Thank you very much.
You ready?
Mother, I'm gonna freak. Jim Morrison still lives for all you people out there. Morrison is alive! Morrison lives, everybody, and I don't care what anybody says. I know this for a fact.
Listen to him.
When we're out together dancing, out together dancing, out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Very nice. Very good.
Lois is the greatest, and I'm putting in a. Okay, one more time.
This moment raises questions. Was it just a one-time thing, or does it hint at a pattern that connects her to Diddy's wild gatherings? Then there's Demi's history of dating younger men, like her ex-husband Ashton Kutcher, who was 16 years younger than her. This age difference raised eyebrows back in the day, but with these new rumors swirling, people are starting to wonder if her past relationships might point to a deeper issue. When Demi and Ashton got serious, he and Diddy were practically best buds, partying together all over Hollywood. Diddy even called their crew a rat pack. But when Ashton settled down with Demi, it seemed to annoy Diddy. Could this mean Demi was being pulled into Diddy's messed up world through Ashton? Now, with these allegations coming to light, Demi's connection to Diddy is becoming way more complex. It's no longer just about their friend wars. Meanwhile, Diddy is facing serious legal trouble with allegations of illegal activities and underage guests at his parties. If he's found guilty, he could be looking at serious time behind bars. If Demi's name gets dragged into this, it could spell disaster for her career. This situation is larger than just Diddy. It hints at a dark side of Hollywood where many might have turned a blind eye. Remember, Demi's past has been marked by struggles with addiction and trauma. She has openly shared her experiences, including helping her mother during her battles with addiction. Given these experiences, people are starting to wonder if they made her more vulnerable to the wild Hollywood lifestyle. After marrying Ashton, Demi's struggles with sobriety intensified, especially after she broke her 2 decades of sobriety, partly due to Ashton's influence. This situation affected not just her, but also her family. As these allegations against her heat up, her daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, might face yet another difficult chapter in their mom's life. Demi has long been known as Hollywood's wild child, living life freely and breaking rules. But now, with these new allegations, her past choices seem darker. Remember when she and Ashton had an open marriage? They brought in third parties, which she later regretted. Fans are now questioning if that same approach extended into Diddy's circle. Interestingly, even Ashton has dropped hints that he knows more than he's letting on. In a recent interview, he laughed nervously when asked about Diddy's parties, suggesting there's a lot he can't or won't share. Now, for years, Kutcher's been seen as a big advocate against human with his organization, Thorn. But now, with Diddy facing charges, people are starting to wonder if Kutcher's actions and friendships tell a different story. Things started heating up after Diddy's arrest, leading folks to look closer at his long-standing friendship with Kutcher. The two first connected back in the early 2000s when Diddy appeared on Kutcher's MTV show, Punk'd. Over the years, they developed a solid bond, with Diddy even calling Kutcher a sounding board and praising his influence in the media. Given this history, Kutcher's silence since Diddy's arrest has raised some serious questions. Is there more to this friendship than what we see? Legal experts are saying that Kutcher's decision to keep quiet might be a smart move. Celebrities often stay mum when their reputations are on the line, especially when there's a chance they could be linked to something illegal. This silence might be a protective measure against losing job opportunities or getting pulled into Diddy's legal issues. One major question on everyone's mind is whether Kutcher was aware of Diddy's alleged illegal activities. In an interview from 2019 that recently resurfaced, Kutcher was asked about Diddy's notorious parties, but quickly changed the topic. This evasiveness has sparked speculation among fans about what he might be hiding. Diddy's indictment includes some serious accusations, painting a picture of a network that intimidated and coerced victims. He's accused of using his fame and power to lure women into dangerous situations. This has people questioning the company Diddy keeps, including Kutcher. Critics have pointed out that Kutcher has helped organize Diddy's parties, making his innocence look a bit questionable and casting doubt on his charitable efforts. Kutcher isn't without his own controversies either. He caught a lot of flack for supporting his That 70s Show co-star Danny Masterson, who was sentenced to 30 years in prison for assault. This support seemed to contradict Kutcher's image as a strong advocate for abuse victims. The backlash was intense, forcing him to resign as chairman of Thorn, and further complicating his reputation in the wake of Diddy's troubles. Kutcher's tragic past adds more drama to the mix. Back in 2001, his girlfriend Ashley Ellerin was murdered. On that fateful night, he arrived late for their date, thinking she was just ignoring him. He later discovered the brutal truth. And it really left a scar on him, if you ask me. Although he wasn't charged with anything, the timing of his late arrival has fueled rumors about what he might have known. To make things even weirder, there are claims that Kutcher had a conversation with Diddy shortly after Ellerin's murder. One of Masterson's accusers claimed to have overheard them discussing how to handle the fallout from the situation. With Kutcher's connections to both Diddy and Masterson, it raises some serious questions. Many are wondering if he knows more about Diddy's actions than he's letting on. Critics say it's time to take a closer look at his trafficking organization, questioning how someone who claims to fight against human could be linked to individuals facing such serious charges. Also, Aaron Smith has dropped some pretty heavy stuff about Ashley Ellerin's tragic death and Ashton Kutcher's actions that night. On February 21st, 2001, Kutcher walked into a nightmare when he found Ashley, a fashion student, murdered in her apartment. Smith, who saw what happened, says Kutcher's first reaction was to freak out and spend about an hour in his car trying to process everything. Instead of calling the police right away, Smith claims Kutcher reached out to his team for advice. They allegedly told him to stay quiet, worried it might hurt his growing career since he was getting popular from That 70s Show. This raises some serious questions about what was going through Kutcher's mind that night. Did he really put his career above doing the right thing? Smith's story suggests that rather than jumping in to help, Kutcher's first instinct was to look out for himself. This revelation could shift how many people view him, showing a side that doesn't quite match his public persona. The story gets even more complicated when Smith mentions that Kutcher called his co-star Danny Masterson after discovering Ashley's body. This matches up with what Chrissy Bixler has said about that night. The twist is that Kutcher was later told to go to a party he was supposed to take Ashley to instead. Smith argues this might mean Kutcher was trying to avoid police involvement on purpose, especially considering the kind of party he attended instead. Peculiar detail from Smith's statement is that it would have been nearly impossible for Kutcher to see the bloodstains from outside the apartment because of the poor lighting. This makes people question the credibility of his story. Did he really not know what was going on, or was he trying to mislead the police? If he was being deceptive, that could have let the real killer, Michael Gargiulo, stay free longer than he should have. As this investigation unfolds, rumors are swirling that Kutcher might be linked to a cult, possibly one that starts with the letter S. This raises big questions about a potential cover-up, with claims that the LAPD might be tied to officials in those groups. People are starting to wonder if Kutcher's celebrity status influenced how the police handled the case. Meanwhile, with all the drama surrounding Diddy, Kutcher's connection to him is also under scrutiny. Reports suggest that Kutcher and Diddy have been friends for years, sharing their Hollywood experiences. Diddy's recent legal troubles seem to coincide with renewed attention on Kutcher, especially as he faces backlash for supporting Masterson during his assault trial. As whispers about Kutcher's marriage to Mila Kunis circulate, insiders insist that their relationship is solid despite the chaos. However, the spotlight on Kutcher is definitely getting brighter, with many questioning his character and his ties to the scandals involving Diddy and Masterson. Old comments from Kutcher's interviews have resurfaced, especially from his appearance on Hot Ones. When asked about Diddy's infamous parties, his somewhat dodgy response raised eyebrows, leading some to think he might know more than he's letting on. You see, moments like this can easily create a perception of guilt or complicity, even if that's not the truth. Also, this isn't Kutcher's first time with public scrutiny. As we said, last year, he and his wife, Mila Kunis, faced major backlash after they supported their friend and former co-star Danny Masterson, who was sentenced to a long time in prison for serious charges. Kutcher and Kunis had written letters to the court, calling Masterson a role model and saying he was a good influence who helped them avoid the bad side of Hollywood. When those letters went public, people were not happy. Many felt that the couple's support undermined the severity of the situation, leading Kutcher and Kunis to apologize in a video. They tried to clarify that their intention was just to share their experiences with Masterson over the years. Unfortunately, their apology didn't sit well with everyone, and many still thought their words came off as insincere. In the midst of all of this stuff, Kutcher and Kunis decided to step down from Thorn, the organization he co-founded with Demi Moore to fight child exploitation. This decision raised eyebrows as some critics questioned Kutcher's dedication to protecting children, especially after he stood by Masterson. Some people even suggested that Kutcher's advocacy might be a cover for his actions. Things got even more complicated when rumors started swirling about Kutcher's past comments that hinted he might have knowledge of federal investigations involving Diddy. Kutcher has dropped hints about knowing what happened at Diddy's infamous parties, but hasn't shared the full story. This leaves many wondering just how involved he was. Because of all this, both Kutcher and Kunis are likely going to keep a low profile about Diddy. An insider told the Daily Mail that Kunis has limited Kutcher's contact with Diddy ever since Cassie filed her lawsuit against him. Now it looks like they might even be getting subpoenas related to the ongoing investigations. Reports say that subpoenas are being sent out to people who have been around Diddy, and Kutcher's name is expected to come up. If anything damaging comes to light, it could land him in serious trouble. The investigation is broad, looking for any connections that could expose Diddy's alleged wrongdoings. Even comedian Cat Williams has chimed in, warning people to stay away from Diddy's parties, which he suggests might be full of trouble. The allegations against Diddy have been piling up, with claims that he takes advantage of young artists at his events. Jaguar Wright, a former singer, shared a chilling story about a lawyer who walked in on something very inappropriate in Diddy's office. This account raised a lot of alarms and made people more concerned about the nature of Diddy's gatherings. Reports have also surfaced about other famous people getting involved in questionable activities at these parties. Diddy himself mentioned that he introduced young artists to a wild lifestyle when he started the business. Stories from guests, including rapper Fabulous, suggest that the atmosphere at Diddy's parties is intense and overwhelming. Now, in a shocking twist, Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami have been raided by federal agents from the Department of Homeland Security. They are looking into serious allegations against him. Agents arrived in armored vehicles, searching for evidence related to the claims. While Diddy wasn't detained, his sons were, and this has led to criticism of his absence during such a significant moment. Diddy's lawyer has called the raid an unnecessary display of force, insisting that Diddy was cooperative with the authorities. They argue that the situation has been blown out of proportion, describing it as a witch hunt fueled by false accusations from civil lawsuits. Despite everything happening around him, Diddy maintains that he is innocent and is determined to clear his name. The investigation began due to various lawsuits making serious claims against Diddy, including allegations of misconduct and manipulation of young women. Cassie's lawsuit is particularly alarming, detailing controlling behavior and violence in their relationship. Other lawsuits have come forward with shocking stories from women who